We're back again with more news. The first news, like full news of 2026, meaning that all the news stories came out this year, nothing from last year. A bit of a doozy this week. Got a bunch of stuff. Got the developer direct, which we'll do last, but a decent amount of everything else. Let's get to it. We're gonna start off with layoffs at Massive Entertainment. Andy Robinson, VGC. Ubisoft hits the Division and Avatar studio Massive Entertainment with layoffs. Bum, bum, bum. Proposed organizational restructuring at the Division Avatar developer Massive Entertainment, which says it could result in 55 people losing their jobs. Affects Massive's Malmo and Stockholm studios and follows completion of a voluntary leave program launched last year and a finalized long-term roadmap, which Ubisoft says has provided clearer visibility into the structure and capacity required to support the two studios' work and sustainability. Sustainably over time. That doesn't sound right. Map's focus going forward will be the Division franchise, including development of a third game and continued support for the second, as well as the Snowdrop engine and Ubisoft Connect. These proposed changes are forward-looking and structural. They are not related to individual performance, recent deliveries, or the quality of work produced by the teams. Long-term direction of the studio remains unchanged, and we will continue to serve as the global home and lead for the Division franchise. Move forward with an unannounced innovative tech project, the refined team setup, and play a central role in development of Snowdrop and Ubisoft Connect. So it's unfortunate. I should be signed into this motherfucker, and I don't know if I am. Not the only story we'll hear about this type of stuff, because next, also I don't know if a lot of people are still playing the Division 2. Division 1 was super popular. I don't know how well Division 2 was overall. Division 3, I'll be very surprised if it's a big hit. I'll be very surprised. But next up, we've got Meta closing studios. Chris Gulling, VGC. Meta has closed several studios, including Splosion Man Studio, Twisted Pixel, and Asgard Wrath's Sanzaru Games. Well, New York Times reported on Monday that Meta was planning to cut around 10% of the employees in its Reality Labs division, which works on projects including the Metaverse. Reality Labs is also home to Oculus Studios, the division of Meta that runs its first-party game development studios. These layoffs appear to have now started, and the game studios appear to be parts of the cuts. Andy Gentile, a designer at Twisted Pixel Games, posted on X that he just lost his job as part of the closures. Update. Meta's confirmed the closures. People saying they've been laid off, corroborated. Xbox Live arcade titles, The Maw, Splosion Man, Miss Splosion Man, and Comic Jumper. Acquired in 2021 by Meta. Secret Agent Clank, Sly Collection, God of War Collection. 2019, the studio released Asgard's Wrath as the original on the original Oculus Rift before being acquired by Facebook, which is now Meta. Work on Asgard's Wrath 2. Free launch game of MetaQuest. So a lot of their VR stuff's being closed and shut down. Unfortunate, because they just keep refusing to be fully behind any VR stuff, even though they keep making hardware. They just refuse to put as much effort into the software, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Keeping up with this, Ubisoft is also doing a huge overhaul aside from the Division stuff. Andy Robinson, VGC. Major company reset. 6 games canceled, 7 delayed, and 2 studios closed. This is crazy. This is crazy. Organizational restructuring, which has been in the works for a year, is designed to help the French publisher reclaim its creative leadership and drive a sharp rebound. Following a turbulent few years of disappointing game launches and plummeting stock value, which recently resulted in a minority sale to Tencent. Gross. As a result, 6 games have been canceled, 7 delayed, and 2 studios closed, the company confirmed during a media briefing attended by VGC. The canceled games did not meet Ubisoft's new enhanced quality expectations, including the much-delayed Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. Oh my god. People were really excited about that. A mobile title and 4 other unannounced games, including 3 original IPs. In addition, Ubisoft said it's delayed 7 games to ensure they meet quality expectations. Did not say which games, but confirmed that the 7 titles include 1 title that was planned for release before April 2026, which will now be released before April 2027. Wow. Woof. Ubisoft has conducted a thorough review of its content pipeline over December and January. This has led to the strategic decision to refocus its portfolio, reallocate resources, and comprehensively revise its roadmap over the next 3 years. This will support the objective to return to exceptional levels of quality on the open world adventure segment and step change the group's position in GaaS native experience segment. Sure, whatever that means. 2 studios were closed as part of the reset: Halifax and Stockholm studios, which were previously announced. During a web call attended by VGC, the company said it would consider selling other assets, but did not provide any specific details. Oh, this is such a huge blow. This is such a huge blow, not only to Ubisoft, but also the industry. 6 games? That's so many. And just from one studio. Even if they were like smaller games, that's still 6 games. God. A small update or follow-up on this. Crystal and VGC. Their shares dropped 33% following this major announcement. So they're losing money just from the announcement. 33%, a third of their value. That's insane. The share price has dropped 95% in total over the past 8 years. That's crazy. At the time of writing this, the share price currently stands at $4.36, not dollars, 4 pounds, is that pounds or euros? Down from 6, basically half, almost, no, full third. 436, 664 when the stock market closed on Wednesday. Slightly more than a third. Oh, it used to be 108. Wow, look at this graph. This graph is nuts. It's like, yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Explosion. Great stuff. Oh, God. And a little bit more specific, getting a little bit more fine-tuned in here. Larry Erb, I think that's how you say his name, Major Nelson, was also fired recently. Chris Killing VGC. I shouldn't say fired. He was let go. Former Xbox executive Larry Major Nelson Erb, I think that's, I don't know, says he's been laid off from Unity after 18 months. That's crazy. Previously at Microsoft for 22 years, becoming director of programming at Xbox and the long-standing spokesperson for Microsoft's gaming business. He left Xbox in July 2023, and after taking a break, joined Unity in 2024, where he became director of community following a difficult period for the company, which had recently faced backlash from the development community over controversial monetization plans for its popular game development engine. I've always been transparent with this community, so I wanted to share that, like a lot of people in tech and gaming right now, I was laid off from Unity. After nearly 3 decades of making an impact at Microsoft, I joined Unity in 2024. During my time there, I rebuilt their community and advocacy team with a deliberate strategy that created a clearer, more connected experience for creators, developers, and gamers. We brought energy back to channels that had gone quiet, restored trust, and showed up consistently where it mattered. I elevated Unity's visibility at PAX and key industry events, strengthened relationships, and ensured Unity had a clear voice in the broader conversation. Good communication was critical to that work. We told better stories, rebuilt confidence in the brand, and experimented with emerging platforms to meet audiences where they already were. We aligned community engagement directly with product strategy, so creators and players experienced a more cohesive Unity. Making that connection tangible again was meaningful, and I'm proud of what that team accomplished. And he goes on to say more things about stuff. He said something like, I'm excited to explore the next chapter. Something he also posted somewhere like, hey, contact me here if you're looking for someone to fill a spot, something like that. He posted on Twitter as well. Big oof. That's really sad. Unfortunate. Hopefully he is able to bounce back super quick. This is all big news, by the way. And the last piece of big news, besides the developer direct, is there's rumors floating that the Switch 2 is already going to see price increases. Crystal and VGC, even though it just came out. Nintendo Switch 2 faces a price increase in 2026. Research firm predicts with tariffs and memory costs. In a report detailing its 10 prediction for 2026, video game business intelligence and consumer insight firm Nico Partners says it believes a global price hike for Switch 2 will take place at some point in 2026. The Nintendo Switch 2 is competitively priced compared to the PS5 and Xbox Series X. After the latter consoles witnessed price hikes last year, the report reads, but we believe the Switch 2 is set to follow in Sony and Microsoft's footsteps with its own price hike driven by the impact from tariffs, increased memory costs, and broader macroeconomical conditions. Oh man, increased memory costs. I wonder what's driving that. They are the ones driving that. Let's not forget. Let's not forget these gaming developers. So many of them are pushing for AI, so they're increasing their own prices just by doing that. They're doing it themselves. Let's not forget that. It's something the industry as a whole is shooting itself in the foot with. Is AI. And we guess who's paying it? We are paying. We're paying for that nonsense that nobody even wants. Gross. We'll see how much higher it goes. I'd be surprised if it goes more than like $25. I'll be surprised, because I feel like Nintendo still wants to keep their stuff relatively low, because again, they make toys for kids, right? That's their deal. All right, that's it for the larger news stories. Smaller news. All right, Chris calling VGC. An indie developer has delisted their game because of AI. His new girlfriend convinced him its use of AI is a disgrace. So this person created this roguelike card game. All of the art assets were made using AI generation, and he didn't think anything of it. And then he started dating this girl, and after a couple months, she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like explained to him why it's bad. And he was like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I'm just gonna delist the game and probably maybe one day work on the art myself." Where did he say? I made the game during the summer in a couple months and thought to use a... What's this game called? Hold on, sorry. Hardest. Free to play. It was free. It was on Steam. It uses rock, paper, scissors type rules. I made this game during the summer in a couple of months and thought to use AI because in university, there is so much brainwashing on students and all the tools are given for free. So I could generate unlimited images for free. And so... but I've realized that AI is not actually free and it has a major effect on the economy and environment. Some AI companies can use this game just existing as a reason to get more investment for the AI companies. That benefits no one, but rather suck resources from the economy from hardworking people. I coded everything myself so I can in the future make a new game with real assets if I feel like it, but the game existing in its current form is a disgrace to all gamers, all game makers and players. Ethically, the only logical decision is to delete the game from Steam. The girl I've been dating for a month made me realize this. It's a funny way to make the realization. Like, it's a funny story of where it came from, but it's good on you for doing that. Hell yeah. Props to this person. Developer Rackcool, real name Euro Lane. That rules. All it took was a month of somebody saying, "You're dumb." Easy. I love this. Moving on. Anthem is sunsetting. We all know this, but one of the developers released like some sort of 4-hour goodbye video explaining the entire process. Jordan Midler, VGC. It's a very long video. This kind of TLDRs the whole thing. We'll go through some excerpts here. Executive producer Mark Dara has released a new YouTube video which breaks down the game's entire development from its inception to the point when development of the live service element ceased. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Includes Dara recounting how then... You gotta pay attention to this, because this is in here. This is not like an isolated incident. This is how things are being... This is a result of the mindset of the entire industry as a whole and why we're seeing what we're seeing, right? With the layoffs and stuff and the cancellations and the delistings. Dara recounts how then BioWare boss Casey Hudson pitched the game to EA as new BioWare, where instead of the studio taking years to make a single-player adventure that would be critically acclaimed but didn't have a long financial tail, BioWare would bring its brand of storytelling to the then burgeoning always online live service genre. Quotes, "What if FIFA but BioWare?" Published in 2019. It was pitched as the beginning of a brand new franchise from the people behind Mass Effect following the end of Shepard's trilogy, was met with middling reviews when it was released. Tumultuous development which saw Casey Hudson leave the studio entirely, with the reins of the project being handed over to Dara. Also explains Anthem's impact on then in development Dragon Age the Veilguard, which was starved of developers in the mid-2010s to ship Anthem. And the mocked pre-order spreadsheet, which, I don't know if anyone remembers, this is the pre-order spreadsheet with the different types of pre-orders and what bonuses comes with it. Why is this so complicated, right? If you have to make a chart explaining to the player which version they want to get because there is nuance in that purchase decision, you've made a terrible mistake. This dude rules. PS4 version of the game currently holds a 54, Xbox One on a 65. BioWare was targeting in the 70s, which was lower than BioWare standards at the time. It's a game that has a lot of decent pieces and a few not so good ones, in a genre that expects those pieces to be a lot better than decent. A commercial failure, according to EA CEO Andrew Wilson. Game didn't reach the internal target of 6 million sales, and that microtransaction sales were also softer than expected. They tried to do Anthem Next, which was kind of a reboot, but that was canceled and abandoned. Development would end, announced in 2021. 2020 was a year unlike any other. However, and while we continue to make progress against all of our game projects at BioWare, working from home during the pandemic has had an impact on our productivity, and not everything we had planned as a studio before COVID can be accomplished without putting undue stress on our teams. Anthem's failure caused a ripple effect across EA. According to Bloomberg report, Dragon Age Veilguard was due to have a multiplayer component, but the failure of Anthem convinced EA to allow the studio to abandon it in favor of an entirely single-player experience. However, some aspects of the multiplayer design philosophy were still evident in the final game, which many cited as a reason for the RPG's middling reviews. Oof. Again, this is a very, very, very short TLDR of this 4-hour video. The truth about what happened on Anthem. I haven't watched any of this. I probably will at some point because I'm very curious. And you guys should too. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Next up, Amazon confirms again that New World is ending. Andy Robinson, VGC. It has been pulled from storefronts and will shut down permanently in 12 months' time. It's confirmed. In a post clarifying the future of the game following the October announcement that Amazon is moving away from MMO development and ending service on New World, it's now been confirmed that the game will go offline permanently on January 31st, 2027. Guys, mark your calendars. Mark your calendars. January 1st, 2027, the new year. We go hard into New World for a month. We go hard into New World for a month. It's already been pulled from Steam and Xbox Store beginning July 2026. Players will no longer be able to purchase in-game currency, Amazon said. Those who previously purchased New World Eternum will be able to download and install the game again if they choose, but will no longer be playable as of February next year. Well, and then there was a chat pick in here somewhere. Some other like small developer was being a little silly and was like, I'll buy the game. This is part of the chat picks. This is Sam Woods, the gamer. Facepunch Studios COO Alistair McFarlane has offered an obscene sum of money to keep the game alive. Speaking on Twitter, possibly in jest, Facepunch Studios COO Alistair McFarlane tweeted $25 million final offer, tagging Amazon Games. This is from someone in the studio saying that I tried to get Alistair to buy New World for me. He told me to fuck off. And then he replied saying $25 million final offer. Pretty funny. I don't think that's actually a real offer, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. They should just like open source the game. That'd be pretty cool. More people should do that. Next up, we talked, I think it was last week or last time or the time before that, about this Ubisoft boss that was like fired, but they said that he quit or something like that, and now he's suing them. It was announced in October 2025 that Coty had left Ubisoft after working on the Assassin's Creed series for nearly 2 decades as a designer, director, and producer. This is Chris calling VGC if I didn't say it already. The new Tencent-backed subsidiary, Vantage Studios started operation, overseeing the company's 3 biggest IPs, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. Okay, 2 weeks after Vantage started, co-CEOs Charlie Gilmont and Christophe Derens emailed staff and posted a press release claiming that Coty had been offered a leadership position at the subsidiary, but declined the offer and had decided to leave Ubisoft. Later that week, Coty revealed his own statement claiming he didn't resign and was asked to step aside by Ubisoft, who had decided to transfer the leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its original structure, adding, "A different position was mentioned, but it did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuity with the work I had been entrusted with in recent years." I remember this quote from the last time we talked about this. Now, CBC Radio Canada reports that Coty is taking Ubisoft to court, citing constructive dismissal. I don't know what that means. Claiming more than $1.3 million in severance pay and moral damages. Claims that Ubisoft management management meeting held in summer of 2025 revealed that the company was looking to find a head of franchise who would oversee the 3 IPs taken over by Vantage, and that this position would have taken on most of Kotei's responsibilities. He was instead offered the role of head of production, which would have reported to the head of franchise and would have caused him to lose the prestige of overseeing the series as well as his ability to lead dialogue with partners like Netflix. Basically, they told him to leave, or Kotei claims that Ubisoft told him not to show up for work on October 13th and to continue his period off until it responded to his formal notice. The next day, Ubisoft officially announced that he had left the position with voluntary departure. And he's like, no, that's not what happened. Give me my severance. So he's suing them. Hopefully he gets them. Hopefully he gets them. Next up, explosion at Rockstar North. Uh-oh. It's fine. It was a boiler. Chris calling VGC. No one got hurt. Everything's fine. It's all fine. Around 7 Scottish fire and rescue service vehicles were called to the Grand Theft Auto Studios Edinburgh office on Holyrood Road after an alarm was raised after 5 a.m. The Herald reports. Though an official explanation for the explosion hasn't been confirmed, it was later confirmed. Nobody was hurt in the aftermath of the explosion, presumably because the incident took place so early in the morning. A Rockstar spokesperson has confirmed its Edinburgh studio is open and operational after the fire brigade was called. Early Monday morning, there was a malfunction in one of the heating boilers at Rockstar North. Many thanks to those who reached out with concern, and also to the police and fire crews who were on scene quickly to assess the situation. Please know that everyone is well. Our studio remains open and operational. So, nothing to do with any of the union busting or whatever lawsuits going on. It's just a boiler. But it's crazy with the timing, you know? All right, last piece of smaller news before we get to chat picks and DevDub and then other things. Marathon pre-orders somehow caused Destiny 2 to begin installation on Steam. Huh? This is Connor McCarr, Eurogamer. Those who pre-ordered Marathon on Steam following its release date reveal may have noticed something strange come in the aftermath of their eager purchase, as Bungie's other big release was being sneakily installed for those keen on the upcoming extraction shooter. What? In a statement from the official Marathon development team account, news that this ultimately harmless but funny bug has been fixed was conveyed to the public. We resolved any issue where Destiny 2 would begin installing after pre-ordering Marathon on Steam. We also have resolved an issue where Collector's Edition owners would receive an error when attempting to activate their game code on Steam. That's a, minor inconvenience, pretty funny, but Destiny 2, that's a big install. That's a big install, you know? But that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. All right, let's quickly go through some chat picks. First up, we got the announcement of possibly some Palworld physical cards. Uh-oh. Do people like collecting cards? Josh Colson, the gamer. Palworld TCG spinoff announced, releasing later this year. Trading cards are coming. Oh, you can't hear this, so it's fine. You don't need the audio. Official card game. Hey, maybe we'll break a pack or two on stream. Next up, we've got some video game math. $8 is $5. Did you guys know that? Did you know that $8 is still $5? This is Rebecca Valentine, IGN. Peak Developer explains successful game pricing. $8 is still $5. Peak, a popular cooperative climbing game, costs $5, except it actually costs $8, which is basically $5. And it's on sale right now for just under $5, which is also $5. But if it dropped down to $3, it would actually be $2, which is basically free. What? You're probably thinking that right now, but hear me out. It kind of makes sense. This goofy pricing scheme comes directly from Peak co-creator Nick Kaman, where he explains how his team came to the game's actual sale price of $7.99. In the interview, he shares a theory about indie game pricing vibes. The team floated around a bit of a joke, and it still has some truth behind it. We had this joke of like, how much is a game really in a player's mind? What does it mean to spend $5? Well, that's $5. But $6? Well, that's still $5. $4? Also kind of $5. $3 is $2, and $2 is basically free. That's what people tell their friends, right? It's $2. It's basically free. So we've got these tiers, you know, $12, that's $10, but $13 is $15. And we found that $8 is still $5. It doesn't become $10, $7.99, that's $5, right? So $8 goes to $5 is the biggest differential we could find in pricing, so we found it very optimal. If you're still reeling from this a bit, what Kaman is trying to say here is that a person getting ready to spend money on a game might see a price tag for $7 or $8 and psychologically not feel that that it's different from $5. But if a game is $9, that feels more expensive, closer to 10. If a game is $2, it's basically free for them. That's pretty funny. It's just a funny little like run around in your brain of like trying to mess with you with pricing. I like it. And they're right. They're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Next up, we've got a new generation of boomers. And it's the youngest generation out there right now. This is Jody McGregor, PC gamer. Apparently, youngins these days don't know how to use email. Allegedly. Okay, so After Hours augmented reality game with puzzles. This is the TLDR. With puzzles, like IRL, like puzzles that you have to find out by going to things. As an example, where does it say there was an example in here? One puzzle apparently involves combining Brownsville, New York's zip code with a phone number to find an ISBN code, which leads to a book you need to look at the back cover of on Amazon. Also, you can find a password hidden there. But there's a hint system. If you get stuck, they have a hint system, but the only way to get the hints is to email their like support bot that what do they call the support bot? They call it Sarah. They email Sarah, the support bot, and the support bot AI looks for phrasing or buzzwords in the email and then responds with the hint that it assumes you're looking for. The problem is apparently these new youngins are putting the entire email in the subject line so that the body is empty. So the Sarah bot has no idea what to look for because the body's empty. Turns out people don't know how to write emails anymore. The whole message is sent in the subject box, leaving the actual email empty. Because of that, no keywords were found and no hint message from Sarah was sent out. So we've got a whole new class of boomers coming up, chat. It's really funny and I love it. They're dumb. And we already talked about the New World thing. Next up, Animal Crossing Adult Island, after years of being in existence, is finally getting deleted. Patricia Hernandez Polygon. So, popular Adult Island. I don't know how popular because I'd never heard of this before, but this is pretty funny. Because, like, adult, it's Animal Crossing. What can you have in there? But they themed their entire island, like, with hints of, like, IRL, like, dirty shops, you know, inappropriate shops and, like, housing and stuff like that. But the island's getting deleted in the new update, even though it's been up for so long. I guess they were like, this is too risky now. These statues, these censored statues have to go. So just a little thing. If anyone's been to Adult Island, I don't know anything about it. I've not been to anything like that. Next up, little mini chat pick. Enshrouded is apparently leaving early access soon. Bogdan Robert Mates on Game Watcher. Enshrouded 1.0 update. It gets autumn release window. I don't know much about this game, but it looks kind of cool. Apparently it's been in early access for a minute, and now 1.0 in the fall. Get ready, gamers. And the last chat pick is someone gets to play GTA 6 first, apparently. Molly Taylor, PC gamer. Rockstar responds to plea for a terminally ill, huge GTA fan to get his hands on the game early. Little caveat in this, though, is that this person was able... I think Rockstar only saw this because the person that did the original post asking, and because it's a relative of the terminally ill fan, also works in the gaming industry. So I think that's the only reason they actually saw it. Because I'm sure there's other people that are asking the same thing. The request came from Ubisoft developer Anthony Armstrong. So they are a developer at Ubisoft. They wrote, to any of my connections at Rockstar Games and Rockstar Toronto or anyone else that may be able to help. Member of my family who has been battling cancer for years just recently got the worst news possible. Who's given 6 to 12 months to live. Goes on to say probably won't make it to see the actual release. If anyone can get him to play it early, that'd be great. Someone at Rockstar took notice, and as an update, the post read, we spoke to them today and got great news. That's all I can really say, but thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So we can assume that this person got their wish. Hell yeah. I hope it's in a playable enough state that it's actually worth it. Or it's not like they get tricked, you know? So that's cool. We'll do the dev dub before we go into the Xbox Developer Direct, because that might take a minute. All right, dev dub. There was a dev dub, and it goes to Shift Up, the developer behind Stellar Blade. Again, this studio does this all the time. I'm pretty sure. And this is great. Chris Scully and VGC. Stellar Blade Studio Shift Up has gifted all of its staff $3,400 AirPod Maxes and Apple Watches. People over here are getting fired. Huh? Once again, giving all of its employees an expensive gift to thank them for their previous year's work. South Korean studio celebrated the new year by giving its roughly 300 staff cash bonuses and Apple products. A set of AirPods Max, Apple Watch, and a bonus of $3,400. Total value of more than $4,000. They also did the iPhones. I think they did the PlayStations, right? They did the PS5s. This, I don't know if maybe they're not paying their wages fairly in general, and to make up for it, they do these huge bonuses. I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is these bonuses are awesome, assuming that they're getting paid fairly as well, right? But they do this all the time. So DevDub goes to Stellar Blade for not firing anybody, but giving them just even more things. That rules. Hey, if you go work for this studio if you're looking for work. See if you can get in on this place. This rules. Okay, that's the DevDub for this week. And now the Xbox Developer Direct. We're just gonna skim through the stream because they only showed 4 games. It was Forza, Kiln, Piece of Reincarnation, the other one, and Fable. So they first showed off Forza.
Taking you to the place we've wanted to visit for a very long time. Japan.
Forza's coming to Japan.
We designed a campaign that really focuses on your journey. You don't start as a superstar of a festival or a racing champion or even a rookie.
Forza in Japan.
Start out
I mean, this looks
as
pretty
just
sick.
a tourist in Japan.
So there's a lot of stuff in here. They've got like 500 plus cars, custom cars, shit like that. They did a lot of work on the scenery as usual.
Both cities naming option 8 because
Gonna be in Game Pass, obviously.
Photogrammetry of trees and geology.
Obviously, they put a lot of work into the scenery because it's, at the end of the day, just a racing game.
Fun to drive and a delight to
But
explore.
super accurate streets. It's really cool. Biggest map ever. Multiplayer stuff. Huge races. Exploration. You can just explore the world as well. So cool cars.
Perfect place to do that.
Customizations of stuff. So on and so forth. Forza Horizon.
To support your creativity,
6.
we've added the ability to start building from anywhere.
6. We might actually play that. Might actually play a little bit of that. It looks kind of cool. You know, I'm more of a motorsport person. All right, next they showed Game Freak's new game. That's right. The developer of the Pokemon games is doing something completely different. What is this called again? Hold on, I forgot what it's called. Beast of Reincarnation. That's what it is. So you're this person with their dog, and you're slitting monsters and possessed demons in future Japan. Everything's affected by some blight. There's lots of plant and animal hybrid mixes going on. I'm very curious to see how this does because it looks cool. But I don't know. There's just something about it that's like not all the way there. Maybe it just needs more the development time that it's looking for. It's got a lot of cool visuals in here. A lot of cool visuals. Boss fights, parries, you know, the works. Next was Kiln, which is a pretty awesome little developer like insight here. Beast of Reincarnation, summer 2026. Double Fine. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. What's that? Wait, let's look at that again. Let's take a look at this again. Oh yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm Tim Schafer, founder and studio head of Double Fine Productions. And this is Elsbeth Larkin, senior tools programmer and junior in-house ceramicist. At Double Fine, we try to take a little time every so often and create quick game prototypes.
This is really cool that they do this. If you pay attention.
We have a vote on which ones we want to try to make. We forget the projects we're currently working on, basically get amnesia, and we do this for 2 weeks. That's a fortnight. and we
It's
built a
Fortnite.
few of these experimental game prototypes. We call this process Amnesia Fortnite. We've had all sorts of great ideas come out of
So
this.
they've had this Amnesia Fortnite development cycle where every so often they have the entire company that say, everyone pitch a game. And whatever game that everyone's like, yeah, we should try to make that one, they stop everything that they're doing on all their other projects, and for 2 weeks straight, they try to make that game. That's pretty cool.
Process.
And this new game, Kiln,
All about
is their newest
pottery.
idea out of that.
Our online multiplayer pottery party brawler.
Online multiplayer pottery party brawler. This looks pretty fun, not gonna lie. This looks kind of fun. So it's kind of like a mix between like party animals, I think, and like a
Kiln is the other
Splatoon
side
type
of that
thing.
coin. Fully realized Double Fine experience is leading.
Double Fine.
But
You're
you
not capable
can
of
you
much
start
in this
off as
state.
like this little
Thankfully, you are
spirit,
capable of manipulating clay, and a
and then
pottery
you
wheel
can
is the
just
perfect
make
place for the creation
your
of a new body.
you make your physical body out of clay, and so you can make whatever shape pot that you want. And this might be a big mistake for them, because I'm gonna make a lot of weird things. But the point is, you can make whatever you
When
want.
it comes time for destruction, those shapes needed to translate into capable fighters. Pots that can compete in challenges in a way that only pots can.
So you compete in challenges and you
Third
fight.
game mode, Quench, brings all of that together
It's
in a
Quench.
4v4 combat party atmosphere. You and your friends need to balance your pot's shape and abilities with its capacity for carrying water into enemy territory. Here, you'll navigate through the environment with your team's unique creations. Avoid or destroy incoming enemy warriors. And of course,
So this is
fill your pot up with water.
fill your pot up with water, douse your
ultimately
kiln,
douse the enemy's kiln and win the game.
win the game.
Now keep at it.
Make any pottery shape you could dream of.
Any shape you can
Even if you've
dream
never
of.
seen a potter's wheel. It's weirdly satisfying.
It's
We've
very
carefully
detailed.
married the clay technology with the behavior of the sculpting tools and controls to make sure anyone can pick it up in seconds.
I'm gonna
Refine
make
it
some
with
weird
sponges,
things.
shapers, and straight edge tools to get specific and make it yours.
It's so
As you
cool.
sculpt, you'll notice the game recognizing the different.
Also has its own special attack. which we
Oh, everyone goes.
have moves fit for
A
pot.
bunch of these people go like, "This is the best version of a pot that you can make."
Every pot in kiln needs to have a core set of moves fit for a warrior. To run, jump,
Where's the
attack.
where do they start listing off?
They also
Here.
must have moves fit for a pot to fill up with water.
So much about the fighting, but when people play it, they just want to create all day long.
Our decoration system
there's
is
also
designed to
stickers.
support your
You can put
creativity.
stickers on
As
it.
we did with the design of the sculpting process, we looked to the
And
pottery
dies.
studio for inspiration. We found ways to translate the experience of adding spouts, lids, and handles, as well as glazing to kiln. Every design choice we made
Whoa.
ultimately serves the goal of enabling a near infinite range of possibilities.
So many things.
We can't wait to see what your
That was a
favorite
flower.
designs are.
It's all about my pizza party themed small jug.
Pizza
it
small
becomes a
jug.
drill that can dive under enemies, and it pops up with a special delivery of destruction.
Whoa.
I love a medium jug, a simple handle, a 2-layer watermelon glaze, and I'm ready to bring the good vibes into the chaos.
2-layer watermelon glaze.
My favorite is the large vase. It has a UFO-like animation, and it's great for team defense and protecting your Bix.
It spins.
Hands down, the best pot shape is a small bowl. It's perfect for sneaking past
Small
enemies.
bowl.
Plus,
That's a
its
turtle.
ice cream theme special is so cute.
Ice cream special.
One of my favorite warrior pots has to be the medium base. It's decently fast for invading enemy players and matches. The decorations really make it shine. A curved elbow spout, cupid's handle, some spiked charms with a rainbow glaze, and one butt sticker. You can't go wrong with butt stickers.
You can't go wrong with butt stickers. How are you going to say no to playing this game? You can't go wrong with butt stickers is the tagline for this game from now on.
Use the absolute most material.
Anyway, this looks like a lot of
And
fun.
decoration.
I hope we get to play it a little bit. And then finally they show
Dive into
Fable.
is renowned.
And it looks
Royal Leamington
awesome.
Spa, so into a new genre, the legendary that we all love.
Yeah. Show it. Show it to me.
Fable fashion. Hill.
There it is.
It's here.
By the way, they do decide to spoil some story bits of this game in this developer direct. So, warning ahead of time, there will be some minor spoilers if you're trying to stay away from anything Fable. They do spoil some story bits. So, starting now, be aware.
In a moment of extreme danger, your heroic powers first emerge, and we discover that you are Albion's first hero in a generation. But not long afterwards, disaster strikes, and the people of your village, including your beloved grandma,
My grandma.
are turned to stone by a mysterious stranger.
No, we're turned to stone.
Suddenly alone in the world, you'll set off on an adventure, which will change Albion
Time
forever.
to go on an adventure. They talk about the scenery, the villages,
legendary.
Rich during the game, the golden.
POIs.
Bleak winds.
It looks so like this over here.
You'll find mountains, craggy coastlines.
This looks so sick.
Spooky marshes, and the bleak, windswept city of Bloodstone. Here you'll meet the leaders of two rival gangs, vying for.
It's so cool.
People.
Whoa.
More in the world around.
In our game, we want you to play as.
So, in Fable, you'll be able to pick from a range of different character heads.
Full customization. Well, almost full customization.
Hair, skin tone, tattoos, and scars.
There's chicken armor. There's chicken armor.
So the hero you play represents you.
But as well as your appearance, you can be the hero you want to be through the way you play, through the skills and abilities you learn, and through the weapons you use.
Just like
He's
the classic
dual wielding.
trilogy, heroes in our game fight with a combination of strength, skill, and will.
It's the chicken transformation. He turned them to chickens.
Weapons with magical abilities.
And then he kicked one. Let's go. You kick chickens. That's what I'm talking about.
Allowing you to show off your personal playstyle.
So lots of combat options here. Parries, finishers.
And deal with
This shit looks so cool. Returning enemies. These little guys are so funny.
Like this.
There's a fucking chicken dragon.
And we're adding brand new enemies too, like this fearsome cockatrice, a giant fire.
It's a cockatrice.
Each enemy family is different.
So it supposedly breathes fire, but they don't show breathing fire.
But with all the unique tools in your combat toolbox, how you defeat your enemies is
Whoa.
up to you.
He killed that chicken dragon, I think. It's like a phoenix chicken.
About the stuff you can do, people.
And they talk about
you can do with them. Or
PG was almost a
talk about, you know, getting rich, buying houses, buying businesses. You can literally buy everything in the game. Every house and business you were able to buy. You can have a job.
Making.
You can, as always, marry multiple families.
Another house. Buying every house in Albion.
Yeah.
People.
But literally everything you do gives you reputation with the people around you.
And this
so
game
like,
within the game is, you know,
where is it?
You go.
He walks up and
You could
buys
follow
something.
any one of them for a day. And
Oh, everyone's got a name, and everyone is supposedly voice acted. I'm really hoping it's not AI voices for the common people. I really hope. It's gonna be so disappointing if they used AI voices for everybody.
Go to work, spend some leisure time on to every single one of them in fully voiced conversations and interact with them in loads of different ways. Maybe the job they go to is working for you because you hired them to work in one of your businesses.
Hey you, working hard? How can I help you, boss?
Maybe the bed they sleep in is in a house you own because you're the landlord.
Oh shit.
Or maybe their bed is on the street because you evicted them.
All right.
Chat.
Oh, it's you. You're awful.
You're awful. And it says dislikes you because you evicted them.
All of the stuff you do.
That's crazy.
Is what they think of you. You're a legend.
There's like where's this part? You kick a chicken, you get reputation. This part here.
Morality is subjective.
So you walk up to this place, and you just buy this house, right?
No two people see things exactly the same way. And that's how it works in our game too.
Everything you do earns you a reputation.
tycoon plus
Every
rich plus
person in
tycoon.
Albion will have a different reaction to you
And then
as
this
a
person
result.
comes up and is like, oh, you fuck.
Yeah, we get it. You're rich.
And it says, disliked you because your reputations are rich and tycoon, which is what you just boosted from buying that almost $1 million home feet away.
Things you do
Thinks you're a rich twat is very
directly
funny.
to them, they'll love you or hate you.
So this looks like it's going to be a really awesome game. They talk about the giant man again. They spoil all that. But, and that's it. And that's the developer direct. So pretty cool stuff. I like everything that they showed. I probably will try them all out. Especially if they're all going to be on Game Pass. I think they said they're all going to be on PlayStation as well. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, with that, we've ended news. We're done. We finished the news. It was a long one. It was mostly the developer direct. So, hey, we're done with news chat. Great job, GG's. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure to check out the links in the chat. YouTube, Twitter, Discord, TikTok. We're so close to getting back to more short-form content. We're going to try to get on that as soon as possible. New year. Thank you all for hanging out. You guys are the best. Make sure to like the videos, comment on the videos, share the videos even. Hey, maybe 2026, we start promoting these. Maybe I'll make a tweet about this once it's been uploaded to YouTube. Who knows? We'll see. I would really like to. That's it for me. Thanks everyone again for hanging out.